Afternoon, sir. My name is Captain Patron. I'll be briefing on my squad mission execution brief. So we are 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charging Company, 1/5th Infantry Division. We're tasked with attacking and destroying the enemy mortar team on Objective Phantom at grade 119-73184. No earlier than 30/0200 August 2024, and no later than 30/2200 August 2024. Purpose being to deny enemy influence on the battalion decisive operation. I repeat, we are 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charging Company, 1/5th Infantry Division, and we're tasked with attacking and destroying the enemy mortar team on Objective Phantom, grade 119-73184. No later than 30/0200 August 2024, and no later than 30/2200 August 2024. Purpose being to deny enemy influence on the battalion decisive operation. Again, the purpose is to deny enemy influence on the battalion decisive operation, which we will achieve by conducting a raid. Decisive to this raid is undetected infiltration, because we're a small unit conducting this raid and can easily be overwhelmed if the enemy were to respond with reinforcements. And this is decisive because it enables the uncontested destruction of the mortar team. The risk is mitigated by utilizing direct fire control measures to minimize fratricide and streamlining the operation by conducting rehearsals for the actions on during the planning phase. That said, actions on the objectives should take no longer than 10 minutes. So there are 3 main elements to this operation. There's our main effort, which is our Alpha team, and our assaulting element, tasked with attacking and destroy the enemy mortar team and PP-87 on Objective Phantom. And their purpose is to deny enemy influence on the battalion decisive operation. Next, we have support element 1, which is our Bravo team, our security element, which is tasked with following and supporting the Alpha team, purpose being to observe enemy reinforcements and provide rear security. Finally, we have the supporting element 2, which is our gun team, and our support by fire element, tasked with support by fire on Objective Phantom, purpose being to deny enemy maneuver. Our end state is that key terrain 1 or Objective Phantom is secured. For civilians, we want to minimize casualties and damage to local infrastructure and residentials. For the enemy is to destroy the mortar team and the PP-87, and for friendlies to minimize casualties, fratricide, maintain unknown friendly composition. Moving on to the concept sketch, we have the first phase, which is planning, which occurs at the patrol base, initiated by receiving the mission. During this phase, the PL and PSG will receive the mission. They'll brief PSG will brief the squad leader. Squad leader briefs his entire element. Then the TLs and AGs will conduct PCCs and back briefs all the way back up to the PSG. After this, the squad leader will conduct comms checks, and again, this unit will perform rehearsals to speed up the actions on objective. Next phase is infiltration from phase line Alpha to phase line Bravo, and during this phase, the unit will move along the primary route through the coastal range to avoid detection by this enemy screening squad. Again, a critical task for this phase is an undetected infiltration along this primary route, as not to alert the enemies and compromise the mission. During this phase, LEA crossings, water crossings will be conducted. The squad leader will maintain contact with HQ every 30 minutes, and leaders recon and ORP occupation are the end result. Then for leaders recon from phase line Bravo to phase line Charlie, the support by fire critical tasks are the support by fire elements in place. The Bravo team element is in place in the security position. Direct fire control measures are established. Exfiltration routes are established. Approach routes are established. The Alpha team is postured and ready to actually perform the raid. And the enemy mortar team is visually observed by the support by fire element and the assault element. Moving over, scheme maneuver for phase 3. Again, the squad will perform security halt halfway between the rally point and objective rally point 1. Then the squad leader and Alpha team leader will perform leaders recon and observe ORP1, reconsolidate, and the entire unit will move to ORP1. Then the squad leader will conduct a second leaders recon with gun team 1 and Bravo team. So first, the squad leader will travel along direction of approach tooth and then place the gun team. Then it will move back to the ORP and travel along direction of approach foot to place Bravo team, the security element. Next, and then for the GOTWAs, for Leaders Recon 1, it is the squad leader and Alpha team leader moving on the recon, and the Bravo team leader and gun team will be in the rear. Time should be no more than 90 minutes, and if they don't return, if the recon squad doesn't return, then they will the rear element will radio the counterpart in HQ, then reconsolidate at the RP, or the ORP, pardon me. If they receive contact, they will react, break contact, and abort the mission. They will reconsolidate at the RP or last checkpoint and await further instruction. Then for Leaders Recon 2, going is the Bravo team and gun team. Alpha team, the squad leader as well. And then the Alpha team leader is staying where it was. The time should be no more than 90 minutes. And if the other team, if the rear team doesn't hear back from the recon team, they will radio the counterpart element in HQ, reconsolidate ORP. And if they receive contact, this rear team, they'll react, break contact, abort mission, reconsolidate at the RP, and await further instruction. The weapon safety status is weapons hold, and the location of the key leaders. So the squad leader and Alpha team leader by the end of this will be at assault position 1. The Bravo team will be at the security position right here, and then the AG, Bravo team leader will be here, and then the AG, assistant gunner, will be at the support by fire position right over here. And then contingencies. So premature detection along the movement to the ORP or during the infiltration phase, part of the leader's recon phase, will most likely compromise the mission. If this happens, reconsolidate at the last known checkpoint or rally point and take the alternate route back to the patrol base. And react to IDF by reconsolidating at rally point. So for the next phase, our actions on objective. During the action on objective, they will be triggered by positive identification of the enemy mortar team, by the assault element and the support by fire element. Well, those are necessary, but they need the positive identification, and the assault element will actually begin firing upon the mortar team. So they will initiate contact, they'll use talking guns to sustain fire, and they will utilize TRPs, Alpha Bravo 1100 and Alpha Bravo 1000. And then the support by fire, and they'll actually assault through the objective, and end right here at the LOA, which is phase line Foxtrot. All right. So as the Alpha team assaults through objective Phantom, the support by fire element will initiate contact on the enemy mortar team after the Alpha team leader. Alpha team. They'll be utilizing cyclic fire for 5-second intervals, and utilize TRPs 1100 and 1050. They will shift fire along phase line Echo as to avoid firing upon Alpha team and fratricide. And they'll shift fire when Alpha team crosses phase line Echo. Then the security element here will stay back and provide rear security and follow the main effort and observe the enemy reinforcements and fires. The weapons control status for this phase is weapons tight. Contingencies: if the enemy reinforcements arrive, react, break contact, and if overwhelmed, return to the ORP 1. If the enemy calls IDF, break contact and return to ORP 1. If the unit sustains more than one casualty, perform TCCC and exfiltrate to the ORP, then along their alternate route back to the patrol base. If the unit sustains, if the CSK 141 is present, attempt to destroy with support by fire and the M320. If that fails, call IDF and break contact. If at any point the unit is overwhelmed, break contact and return to ORP. Then for exfiltration, so the squad leader already established the exfiltration lanes, so the element will exfiltrate back to ORP, and then they will take the alternate route back to the patrol base to save time. Sorry, so they'll move back to the ORP, and then they'll exfiltrate back along the alternate route to save time. They will also exfiltrate using the red, white, and blue pins off of the X. So Alpha team will leave first, then the gun team will leave, and then Bravo team will leave. If detected along the alternate route or while on the way to the alternate route, the element will instead travel back along the primary route. And the squad leader will radio HQ every 30 minutes until they return to the patrol base. Status here is weapons hold. For contingencies, if the enemy reinforcements arrive, react and break contact. If overwhelmed, again, return to the last safe checkpoint. If the enemy calls IDF, break contact, return to ORP. For coordinated instructions, so for the PIR is identification of enemy obstacles, then identification of enemy personnel, equipment, and movement larger than a platoon, enemy intelligence or friendly composition, and location of the CSK 141. FFIR is squad compromise, loss of key weapon systems, that's the 240 Bravo, and friendly casualties. And then for EEFI, are operational products, ComSec, Commo card, ID of unit location. For PCCs and PCI focus, given that the majority of this operation occurs at night, we'll be checking off night vision equipment and Right. And for priorities of rehearsals, will be actions on objective and phase 4, as I mentioned before. For priorities of work will be weapons maintenance. This concludes my brief. Thank you.